Hi folks, my name is Natalia Barajas and I'm here to talk to you about the Optimal Performance Training Model, also known as the OPT model. Now we could use this model with any type of client. If we're working with general population, injury or return to sport athletes, or even our high elite performance athletes. Now what we see in this model are three segments. We have the bottom is our stabilization segment, the middle is our strength, and the top is our power. Within these segments, there are 5 phases. The first phase is stabilization endurance, the second strength endurance, the third is hypertrophy, the fourth is maximal strength, and the fifth is power. Now, how a session typically looks. Obviously, we start with a warm-up, do some core, some speed, agility, quickness, plyo, cardio, and some strength. Now, based on what phase we're in, the acute variables and exercise selection will be tailored to what we're working on. For example, if we're in the stabilization phase, it would look like something as a jump into a hop into a stabilization hold. So that's what a plyometric would look like for stabilization phase. Now, if we're working in the power phase, something like bounding would be appropriate exercise selection because we're working on that stretch reflex. So, DiStefano 2013 looked at 2 different types of training programs. It had a group that was doing integrated training versus an isolated strength training. And what he found in this literature was that the group that was doing integrated training had far more success. So they had better outcomes in power, agility, strength, vertical jump. So it was just this better all-around athlete compared to the ones that were just focusing on strength. So this kind of correlates with the OPT model, that we're integrating everything to create the all-around athlete. So another research that I found very interesting was one that was done by Haff 2017. And basically what was seen in this literature was that the athletes that were better able to express power were the better athletes. So he also figured out that the athletes that had a better strength coming into a program, so their foundational strength was stronger compared to other athletes, they were more likely to be better power athletes. So this correlates with the OPT model because, as we know, there's 3 different segments. So the OPT model makes you focus on strength before you move on to power. So we want to make sure that our athletes really conquer that strength phase so they have more maximal potential to be great powerful athletes. Another great thing about the OPT model is that it does take its time for assessment. So we're able to assess our athletes and we're able to know where they're at, where the previous injuries, where their baseline of strength is. We could see their performance tests and their movement. So this helps us create a very well detailed program specific for each athlete. There is some downsides to it, is it makes professionals work, right? We can't go in there and just throw something to their athletes. We have to come prepared, but that's the beauty about the OPT model. It really defines a performance specialist, and it really helps us tailor our athletes to progress in a way that's going to make them all around. So I encourage anyone within our profession to really be able to understand and use the OPT model for the benefit of creating strong athletes.